This is a presentation about Wolfgang Laib. Laib's family seems to have had a profound influence on his life. They are different from my family. His father was a doctor, they traveled frequently, and they all held art in very high esteem. The same seems to be true of his wife and his daughter. I'm sure these things make a difference in the art Laib makes. He doesn't come from a place of having to explain or defend what he's made to those closest to him. They understand already. His largest installations consist of large beeswax sculptures built over a wooden frame or covering whole rooms or alcoves. Though it doesn't explain how it is achieved, like with his pollen or milkstone pieces, covering whole rooms or building large sculptures out of beeswax is a striking way to communicate. Though I doubt I will achieve a similar effect with any of my works made for this class, I am interested in doing so in the future. The simplicity and yet strangeness of his beeswax forms are very interesting to me. As you can see, this is one of Laib's milkstones, where he carefully sanded a shallow divot in the top of a marble block, then pours milk on top so it has a smooth, glossy effect due to the surface tension. Devotion, attention, and reverence are some of the words that seem to get closest to describing what Laib's work is like in person. My research all seems to support the conclusion that though refraining from any outright association with a specific religion, Laib's work is profoundly spiritual. From installing works in cathedrals to his admitted interest in the lifestyles of both Eastern and Western monks, rarely have I seen an artist so keen on quiet contemplation. His work, as well as the way he talks about it, invites meditation. It's something I could definitely stand to learn more about, and something I hope to improve on throughout this semester. Laib has explained that he doesn't want his art to be trendy or to just mean one thing. He chooses to engage with the same objects and concepts over and over, not out of tension, like there's something out of reach with them, but because he still finds them relevant decades after he first put them together. He does note that the pollen he uses in his art has genuinely become more difficult to collect, as there have been less wildflowers in the areas near his home in recent years than when he started. He attributes this to climate change and aggressive agriculture, though again notes his work is not about those things, and he doesn't want that to be the main association. When many reviewers have noted the spiritual aspect to his work, this makes a lot of sense. Although advocacy is important, that can't be all there is in a person's life, or they quickly become embedded in misery. Many qualities of Laib's work are qualities of the man himself. The way he lives and the way he makes art are, in many ways, one and the same. He splits his time between living in Germany and in India, one of the ways he is different from me, as I've never been to either place, nor have I lived in more than one place at a time. That's not to say I won't ever, but it's something I haven't experienced. This article also emphasizes how he seems to engage with time differently than most people. His works encourage the viewer to slow down, either just by his choice of a delicate installation, or with some exhibits, with instructions to remove the shoes and sit down next to the art, with white noise being played in the gallery. This seems to be a state the man himself again strives for in his own life, quiet, still, and methodical. Laib is in the habit of taking the time to be still. His work is meticulous and is completed slowly, which is something that is too often absent from the modern person's daily life, not to mention the work of other artists. Between screens, travel, relationships, and taking care of ourselves, it can often feel like there is too much happening constantly, and it will only be fixed by Herculean effort on the part of the individual. That is definitely true of my life, at the very least. I struggle with anxiety, and sometimes it feels like distraction is the only way to cope with the fear that my mind is prone to. Being alone in my thoughts with no noise to drown them out often sounds painful and to be avoided. However, Laib seems to find solace, or at least has the discipline to keep reaching for solace, in the quiet, deliberate collection and display of tiny grains of pollen or rice. Thank you.